and welcome to TQ Talks, where we talk taxes and tax-free living 365. Here are your hosts, Craig White, Sebastian Singh, and Patrick Augustin.
TQ Talks, we're here. It's
We
another
are back.
wonderful episode. Yeah, so let's do the intro. We want to get into this one because this is pretty fun topic, I guess. So if you don't know, first time joining us, thank you for being here. We are a tax and advisory firm, so our job is to help our clients to reduce the amount of taxes they may owe when they file by giving them wonderful tax planning advice 365 all year round. Of course, the same goes for trying to increase the amount of their refund by doing the exact same thing. We also offer wonderful financial advice when it comes to investing by using little-known life insurance methods to help people to create wealth for themselves now while they're alive, as well as for their heirs. With me today is, of course, Mr. Sebastian Singh. What's up,
Thank you guys once again. Thank you, Craig. Thank you guys for joining us once again. You can find us on all your social media and podcasting platforms, so please follow us there. And as we always ask, if anything you hear from us is helpful to yourself or you think it could help any others, please go ahead and hit the like button, share it, comment, give us some questions, something that interacts, and maybe can spread the word.
Yeah. So in the wonderful headlines today, we are dealing with the, again, student loan debt relief. And we figure we yap about it because I'd love to hear your opinion, what you think about this entire process, or if you even think, I guess we can recap what it's all about first. That would be nice. And then I guess
give us the money back. I don't even want to get to that. Yeah, I'm in full support of this.
All right. Well, for those who don't know, the whole Congress, whoever the heck these people are voting on the fact that they should be giving up to $20,000 worth of student loan debt relief. And it's like $10,000 for if you did this, and an additional 10. That's how you get the 20. I think it's like a private. If you did private or something like that, you get double the money. So $20,000 off of your student loans. I don't really know the purpose. I think for me, it's more like, hey, Biden's trying to win the hearts of people by doing something like that, because I can't really understand why all of a sudden this is coming out. Now, I say all of a sudden, I know you're going to say that everyone's always asked for student loan debt relief. I just have never been an advocate of it, and I don't understand why. So maybe you could explain to me what the purpose is.
Yeah, so he actually is using a process that was brought up in 2003, where if there's an emergency, there's some kind of national emergency, excuse me, they are able to outreach and say stuff like, hey, student loans got relieved. So they're banking on the COVID-19 pandemic and using that as cause to put in the student loan debt relief. The one side is for it, one side is against it, as with most things. Yeah. And the Supreme Court is the one voting on it now to see if it's legal or it passes all the rules and stipulations for him to even be able to do this or not.
Got you. And what's the purpose again? So I don't understand why.
So the purpose is relief. So
relief from what?
There were quite a few different things that came out through COVID-19. Of course, we got stimulus, we got child care credit tax, we got all this different stuff. Right. And one thing that came out of it also was a pause on the mandatory payments you had to be making after, of course, you leave school and you got to repay these loans. Right. So that was the first step. And then it got looked into of how absorbent your loans become just because of interest and the way they're structured. A lot of people need the loans or needed the loans to actually get into or finish college, go through college, whatever the case may be. But the agreements they made were wild, right? The interest rates, the compound interest. I know what you're about to say, but either way, it's just like the housing market when it came to that 07, 08 bubble pop. It was seen as unethical. So that's what the argument is on the backside.
And so
go ahead, give us your opinion on the whole.
I call straight bull,
agreement
man. This is
or
bull.
non-agreement.
This is straight bull crap. That's what it is. At the end of the day, it's people that are whining and complaining that they have a debt that they don't want to pay, and you're just being a bleep because that's bull. No one told you to go to school, right? I cannot stand this topic, and I hate, and I use that word man.
Strong point. Strong point.
Because I don't like it. At the end of the day, this is my argument for anyone. You chose to go to school.
Correct.
You chose to get those loans. You chose the career you're under. So I don't care if you have $5 million in debt and you decide to be a window washer that's paying you $30. That's your decision.
Correct.
So people can come at me and tell me, oh, bad life, and I didn't figure out this, and I don't care. That's not the student loans people's. They didn't come and say, oh my gosh, you know what, you have no choice but to take this money, and the interest rate is not crazy. No one in student loan history has some 19 point something like a credit card debt.
Correct.
It's small, and it's spread over, what, 30 years? I don't want to hear this bull. And then the other part about, oh, well, you know, we can't afford our house, and we can't get the, first of all, when you're looking at your credit, and you're looking at, again, the ratio of the amount that you owe to what the debt is,
right.
If that is impacting you getting your house, then baby, you can't afford a house. That's what it boils down to, or whatever heck you're trying to get. And that's not their fault. So why am I wiping this away? And who's going to give the student loan people their money?
However, as a society, to invest in our society, to grow our economy, to grow our infrastructure, to grow our country, and to be competitive with the rest of the world, we should be giving incentives or helping people, whether it be in a trade or in a traditional college and university, to get a higher education.
Agreed.
Okay.
Scholarships.
So with that,
grants, scholarships, grants.
Okay.
Scholarships, grants. Where is the effort
and
that
when
comes
those
in, man?
run out,
They don't run out. They
listen,
don't run
man,
out. Listen, I want you guys to at least do your research. Look at how many scholarships are available. There's scholarships, Bassie, for being over 6 foot, for being a certain color, for nationality. You can go through the gambit of scholarships that are available. There's people, man, what am I saying? People at your school that have like hundreds of thousands, like in scholarship money. Are you kidding me? For one person. You know why? Because that person made the effort to get things done. The rest of the lazy bums who decide they just want to do the mediocre work through high school and then go to college and absorb a bunch of debt and then complain about the debt. And let's back that up. The other people who make a ton of money from the student loans and then still complain because we got enough doctors, lawyers, pharmacists, all the rest of those who make six figures and still say the same thing. Oh, my student loan. That student loan is what got you your 6-figure job. So pay the people back their money, man.
There are also countries that have free education.
We're not one of them.
We should be.
Actually, I lie. We are one of them.
We should be.
We do have free education. Don't we have free education?
Up until high school, correct.
We have free education in college, too. Do I need to say scholarships? Again. Bro, honestly. But forget,
well, that's the argument.
Athletic, man. Regular scholarships, come on.
That's the argument. The argument is to help all the citizens, the entire society, wherever it may be, at a local level, at a state level, at a region level, because we're in the South, and competing with Northeast is very difficult for our education systems down here. All those different things. The argument is that it needs to be incentivized so that we can have a higher performing and higher earning society to compete with the rest of the world, give our children a better chance.
And I can agree with that. What does wiping out the $20,000 or $10,000 worth of debt have to do with this?
It makes it more reachable.
How? These people already graduated.
It lowers that branch so you could pick that mango. It just makes it that much more.
How? I'm done. You wipe away $10,000 off my debt, I'm not complaining. I'm telling you that right now.
What if we told you we could do 20 though? You would take the 20?
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not complaining about the 10 or the 20. I'm saying, what does that have to do with things? Your point is, or part of your topic, or your discussion, and your tale, and I think it's great, is that, hey, we want to compete, we want to incentivize, and I'm with all that. My question is, that's moving forward. That's for the kids that are going to school or about to go to school, and they say, hey, I want opportunities. Maybe I worked decently and I didn't do as well, but I want to be able to. But the reason that doesn't bear fruit for me is because this is money that we're wiping away from people who've already finished, right?
Correct.
They're done, and we're saying, hey, you have a debt, and this debt is dragging you down. And I'm saying, the debt's not dragging you down. You're dragging yourself down. I'm not going to... It's like saying, oh my God, you bought a house and I can't believe you bought one. Why did you do that? Let's go ahead and wipe off $100,000 off of your house purchase because, I can't. Why did you buy that? Because I need the house. Because I need the house and I chose to buy a house. We're going to wipe away car debt too. We're going to wipe away credit card debt too. Get out of here. These are all personal decisions.
I don't know, man. You have better humans in the society. You have a better society, period. And I'm not saying that college makes you better, but the argument is the more educated someone is formally, that the higher the higher earning they will be throughout the years. And of course, they will continue that trend.
So you think that's a real percentage now, when we could look back and see how many people actually graduate with a 4-year degree and are actually not in their field of study? That's one. How many people decided after college or after high school that they're not even going to pursue that because we're in an entrepreneurial onslaught of people at this point.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
So for you giving me that's old rhetoric. That's
I don't know,
old,
Craig.
bro. That's old. I don't want to hear that
listen,
college crap no more. Unless you're telling me, what is it? Lawyers, people that definitely need that kind of. That's bull crap. Go get a trade. Go be a plumber, electrician. I don't want to hear the college thing.
I think there is quite a lot of value in going to college, whether that be
parties,
you using the degree that you're going for, or you actually knowing the major. Because how many of us changed our majors throughout or whatever.
Yep.
But when it comes to the social interactions, the connections, all that different stuff that we use on an everyday basis. There's not one person around me right now that I didn't know in undergrad, or that I didn't meet. Look at you and I. Look at you, I, and Pat. Look at the circles all around us.
Hold on, though. I'm agreeing with the social lie.
So I don't even agree with that part. To college, but go ahead.
I'm gonna not even agree with the social, because socialing, you could socialize anywhere. College just happens to be, if you go to an actual university where you're on campus, you're just forced to be in that area.
Right.
Let's say UM or something, you can't because you might live at home or
commuting,
FIU, whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's, to me, is out the window. But maybe the relationships and the people that you build up things with there. But these are like-minded individuals usually, right?
Correct.
Because you're we can go to fraternities, sororities, or even majors, and you're dealing with, okay, I'm trying to grow and grow and grow. But I don't have to get this debt to do that. That's what I'm saying to you. You're telling me, you're not telling me. People are acting as if you have to go to college in order to get these kind of attributes. And because you have to go, we're going to give you this debt and you have to take the debt. And I'm saying the debt is still a personal choice. It's still a personal one. No matter what you say to me, it's still personal, like any other decision you make in life. We could have Liam back in here with his $20 that he saved on his video game. It's a choice. The problem is most people don't want to take the sacrifice. They don't want to say, oh, you know what? It's accountability. You chose to get this debt, so pay the debt off. I don't want to hear that.
I hear you. I hear you. There's argument on the other side.
There's no argument on the other side. You guys are bull, man. Listen.
Anyway, look out for it, guys. I hope that any and every one of you, whether you be our clients or not,
you're not going to pass.
If you qualify for the student loan debt forgiveness,
I
hope you get it. 10 grand, 20 grand, I don't care what it is. But I want to make sure that you are benefiting from anything that can benefit you financially.
And I'm going to say, because that's some bull. It's not gonna happen, and I don't care if it happens or not. I'm sorry, guys, to be the Grinch on this one, but you do it. Own up to it, man. And the thing that gets me with it, I'm a big advocate of acknowledging who you are and owning up to things. And this is just another case where we don't own up to it. And again, you can go back and forth. I know we want to wrap up, but what happens to all the people that don't get it?
So,
come on, man.
On that, please drop comments. Tell us how you feel about it. Do you think it should go through? Do you think it's hurting anybody? Do you think it can help the mass? Or are you like Craig? Listen, you signed the paper. You agreed to it. You got the money. You didn't complain when you were getting crab legs. Right? And you should pay it back. Craig's big on that. You agreed to it. Hold up to it. So please comment and let us know how you feel about that.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you appreciated the banter. Again, if you have any questions for any of these topics or tax-related topics, we didn't touch on taxes today, but it's going to affect your taxes somehow. Watch it and see how it goes. 800-413-1456.
Thank you, as always, and you can always find us on your social media platforms, as well as all your podcasting platforms, TQ Financial Services, TQ Talks.
Have a good one.
Thank you for listening to TQ Talks. If you enjoyed the show, please rate and recommend on iTunes, SoundCloud, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also get more information at tqfinancials.com.